So, Adam, maybe you've heard, maybe you haven't, but Jim Harbaugh has lost his playbook for the Orange Bowl.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he wasn't done coloring it yet. Hello and welcome to Row 60, a Georgia football podcast. My name is Clark Gaines. Joining me today, as always, Adam Thornton.
Yes, sir, baby.
This is show number 19.
Woo!
The Dogs are headed to Miami.
Playoff edition, baby.
Yes.
Playoff edition, Clark. Get fired up. Get hyped up. Hey, there's 130 FBS teams out there. Only 4 of them get to play on New Year's Eve for a chance to go to Indianapolis, National Championship, ultimate goal, Dog Nation. It's time to refocus, get back dialed in, Clark, and get ready to let the big dog eat.
That's right.
Woo! Yeah.
Oh, man, hasn't it felt like the past 3 weeks? It's been awkward, Adam. Right?
Clark, it's been awkward. It's weird. You know, we're putting December 4th behind us. What happened in Mercedes-Benz, we're putting it behind us. And we're not going to worry about that place, that just cursed ground in Atlanta. We're not going to worry about it. We're not going to rehash it. We're not going to talk about it because, you know, but we've been provided the possibility of a chance to potentially get another crack at them. But, hey, we got to get past the Michigan Wolverines first. So that's what Georgia's going to be focusing on. It's time to get your mind back right. Get back excited about it, folks. It's playoff time. Put the past behind. Hey, all teams are 0-0 right now, Clark. The scoreboard 0-0. 0-0. 2-game season. If you go 2-0, you win these 2, then you're national champions, Clark. That's the ultimate goal. So let's go, baby.
Yeah, so we got
fired up.
We got a great show for you guys. Previewing Michigan and Michigan only. That's all we're going to be talking about this episode. So we got a little bit of series history coming up.
Awesome.
A huge matchup here in Miami. We'll talk about that. Offense, defense, and special teams. What we think the keys of the game will be. Key players to look out for, and some statistics, because why not? And then at the end, we'll do a little pick 'em. We'll pick, obviously, our game, but we'll also pick Alabama versus Cincinnati, the Cotton Bowl.
Yes, sir. So Clark, back to our traditional format of shows here, you know, for the postseason edition. And, hey, we're not recapping the Sugar Bowl. We're not recapping in the Citrus Bowl. We're not in the Gasparilla Bowl like Florida is, or the Cheez-It Bowl like Clemson. It's playoff football, baby. And, hey, to get ready for the playoffs and for potentially national championship, which we're going to see the Dogs in January 10th. I'm wearing an old, you know, this time of year, it's getting a little bit cold, Clark. Get you a pullover from Peach State Pride, baby.
I like it, Adam.
We're going to put a link up to it right there. Very comfortable. Got the old standing Bulldog, just a classy look.
Oh, yeah.
I like it, man. Going to be repping it and ready to roll. Ready to rock and roll, Clark. So let's hit the ground running with this show. Turn the intensity up 5 like we do, because this is the biggest one of the year, folks.
So far,
playoff football.
You're right.
Let's go.
You're right. Adam, what are you going to be wearing down in Miami? What are you going to be packing for the Orange Bowl?
You know, it's a little bit tough, Clark, because you think about it, it's going to be, you know, the highs are going to be up in the 80s or so. So I'm going to have to get some shorts out there, get my old pasty white legs out a little bit, and get a little sun with the tennis shoes, but I'll have the jeans and stuff too. I'll probably wear jeans to the game because it'll be nightfall, you know. Might get a little bit of a chill, maybe a little brisk chill in the Miami area then. So, hey, but this isn't a trip to South Beach. This isn't a trip to go enjoy what South Beach has to offer with the Miami beaches. It's a business trip, folks. It's a business trip, and that's how Georgia needs to be focusing for. And hey, me and you, maybe not the whole fan base will, but we're gonna be. It's a business trip to us, by gosh. Because Clark, you can't lose this football game. Let me just start off by saying this. All right, going 12-0 in the regular season, and then losing in the SEC championship. If you potentially lose this game, Clark, and you end the season 12-2. Is it a successful season in your mind?
No.
It's not. It's not. Point blank, period, because what trophy is going to be in the trophy case?
Other than the Governor's Cup and the Okefenokee Award, nothing.
And just saying you won the East. Yeah. Nobody only South Carolina and Ole Miss hang division championship banners. It's not. So this is huge. You know, go win the Orange Bowl, get another New Year's Six old BCS Bowl win under Kirby's belt and resume, and hey, another second national championship appearance for Georgia, looming hopefully under Kirby Smart, and get another crack at Alabama potentially. Who knows what happened in that game? We'll see. But man, we got to get past Michigan. I love this matchup, Clark. Let me ask you this question too, because this is what I wanted to ask you. Didn't mean just taking and run it, but I had this thought, taking and run with it, this thought pop up in my mind. On a scale of 1 to 10, how fired up are you compared to what you were in 2017 going to Pasadena against Oklahoma for the inaugural Georgia playoff?
You know, it's weird, Adam. I'd say I'm actually less excited somehow, which is weird. You know, I think just after what happened in Atlanta, the wind was kind of taken out of my sails, and I can't get as focused now. I am now.
Yeah.
I am now. But 3 weeks ago, boy, I was not necessarily looking forward to this Orange Bowl. But now I'm fired up. But comparing that to the Rose Bowl, I was definitely more hyped up about the Rose Bowl, getting to go to Pasadena. That in and of itself was just a huge dream of mine, a bucket list thing. So, but yeah, I'm excited now. Adam, what about you?
Yeah, Carl, I mean, I thought about it too, because you look at it, that was the first playoff appearance for Georgia. And under Kirby Smart, it was an exciting time. You came off that Auburn win in the SEC Championship in 17, which made it even more exciting as opposed to this year, the disappointment from the SEC Championship, and then have to wait 3.5 weeks, but you're still in the playoffs. It was a weird feeling, and every Georgia fan you talk to kind of has that feel, and that's okay, folks. But now it's time to get excited about it. But hey, you look at it again, Clark, another, like Oklahoma, top 10 nationally recognized brand, historic program that you're playing in Michigan. You're playing in a bowl game that's prestigious that Georgia hasn't been to in 60 plus years. So, you know, it's not maybe as historic and prestigious, obviously, as Pasadena, California, and the Tournament of Roses and the Rose Bowl. But this is still a huge deal. It's a playoff game. So, you know, a lot of similarities line up. And that's why we got to get jacked up about it, because you don't get this opportunity every year, folks. And I want everybody just to bathe in it, because Michigan's fired up, Clark.
They are.
I can tell you right now, those fans up north are they're chomping at the bit to get below the Mason-Dixon and head down to South Florida. Then. So it's going to be big, going to be exciting. I also heard that Michigan is staying home and on campus for Christmas.
Really?
They're not going with the family.
Interesting.
They said, hey,
they
man,
are focused.
They are going to, you know, so I don't know, Clark. I don't know. The fan base, Harbaugh, everybody, they seem dialed in. Just one of those deals. I hope the moment's just too big for them. I really do.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the series history. You mentioned this briefly. Yeah, so we have only played Michigan 2 other times, 1965 and 1957. Both played in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Georgia has a win and Michigan has a win. So the series is tied, and we'll find out who gets ahead in the series this year.
I'd love to see it.
Yeah. Michigan is still the most all-time winningest football team in the history, and they have a total of 976 wins. Georgia is 11th with 851. Their football program, Michigan's football program, also started about 13 years before ours did, and they played a lot more games in a season than Georgia did way back when. So just to put things in perspective, yes, they are a very recognizable brand. You know, you see the M behind us there, you know that's Michigan and what they stand for. They're a great program. I think they have like 11 national championships, something like that. So it'd be right behind Alabama.
That's what they claim. Yeah. And it must have been dominant back in the day, Carl, because shoot, ever since Lloyd Carr left Michigan around 06, 07, I believe, around in that area, they really haven't been relevant. No. This is the first time that they've really had a team that they're to Michigan standards, what they believe they should still be at, and shoot, a couple decades. So the fan base is nationwide. You get them in every state. It's up there with, I think, the likes of the Alabama, the Notre Dame, the Ohio State, Michigan, Texas, like USC, these nationally recognized brands that are, you know, have a very popular fan base in every part of the country. So people are going to be in South Florida. It wouldn't surprise me if there's more Michigan fans in the stadium than Georgia fans.
Oh, Adam, I don't know.
I don't know. It's going to be 50-50, but, you know, Georgia fans are going to rise to the occasion. I'm going to be loud, but they're going to be fired up, and I'm excited for it. I'm ready to punch them in the mouth, baby. Time to just go in there and put our foot on their throat and let them know how we play football in the South.
Yeah. I hope
that's all about. Hey, it's a golden opportunity. New Year's Eve, prime time against a traditional
blue chip.
Jim Harbaugh, one of the most overrated coaches until this year. What's he doing? One of the most nationally recognized coaches. This is the time for Kirby Smart just put another stamp on beating one of these just you know, supposedly elite head coaches. Yeah. And just continue just going up. It's a great opportunity, man. I'm fired up about it. I bleed red and black. You bleed red and black. This is the kind of stuff we live for. And why we do this podcast, Clark.
Yep. Adam, we were saying we should step on Nick Saban's throat too. And
we'll get another chance there. No, we're going to get old Jim Harbaugh.
Okay.
But hey, let me talk one more thing about that series history. That 65 game was Vince Dooley's second year. I think it was Georgia's first trip up north to play a football game, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong on that. They could have been north before, but it was definitely a historic game at the Big House that Georgia won, and young Vince Dooley led them in the second year. So, fun fact.
Hey, Adam, I did have a dream the other night, speaking of Ann Arbor and the Big House there. I had a dream that we actually went there. We flew up there, you and I and several other the people that go with us to these games, and we won. We beat them like 42-40 or something like that. It was a close game, but we won. So that is a great omen going into football games. Whenever I do have these dreams, they actually do tend to happen for the most part. So
yeah, good.
Whatever.
Hey, let's go.
We'll see.
Let's go.
Yeah. So yeah, let's talk about the current day Michigan football team. Like you said, Adam, there's been a lot of talk about Jim Harbaugh over the years being overrated. I think Paul Feinbaum has led the charge in that conversation. He can't win the big games. He chokes against Ohio State, blah, 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 blah. But this year it does seem a lot different.
Yeah.
This Jim Harbaugh coach team is just a different looking football team. And they look like, Adam, I can almost compare them to where we were in 2017. It's that same buy-in where you got seniors coming back. They just find ways to win, and that's how I feel. That's how I feel like that 17 team was for Georgia.
That's true, Clark. And one thing about this team is that they're against what you see in modern football right now, as far as they're built on a dominant offensive line with a game manager quarterback who can run the football. Similar styles to what Kirby has done over the years. They don't have a quarterback like a Bryce Young that's going to beat you with his legs and take over the football game. But their offensive line's physical. They get a good push, and it's some talented backs, talented skill guys. But I think it plays well into Georgia's hands. We'll talk about that. And then, of course, their two stud defensive ends. One guy who finished, second in the Heisman voting. So, I mean, there's a lot of talent on this team, and they've lost one game to Michigan State. I think that was in October at Michigan State, same day we played Florida. So, I don't know, Clark. I mean, they got a lot of momentum after beating Ohio State, getting that monkey off their back. They cruised in the Big Ten championship against Iowa. And this is when a layoff is really good. I would have been very, very nervous if we had played them December 11th, the week following the championship.
That's a good point.
Weekend. But I don't know. Maybe some momentum kind of dies down a little bit just because of the window of time in between games. And then Georgia's kind of focused, working on some things, and can hit it running.
Mm-hmm. This Michigan team, Adam, had a 2% chance of winning the Big Ten East. Wow. That's just their division.
Wow.
I think they were given less than a 1% chance of winning the Big Ten, all of it. So they went from 2% chance to now being number 2 in the nation, which is phenomenal. That makes them the first team in college football playoff history to enter the season unranked and make the college football.
Well, the Cinderella story ends now, Clark. I mean, it's cute. It's cute and whatnot. Yeah, good for the big blue. But it's time to freaking put that to bed, Clark. It's time to put that to bed. Mm-hmm. Man.
Oh, man. Yes, you're right. They had 2 impressive wins against Ohio State and Iowa. 42-3, they stomped Iowa. But, Adam, I just don't think they have played the caliber team as Georgia is this season.
No, they have not, Clark. They've not seen the defense, the speed that Georgia has. Mm-hmm. And, you could say maybe Georgia's defensive front hasn't seen an offensive line like Michigan's. Yeah. But I really think the guys up front are going to have a chip on their shoulder this go-around. They're going to be more healthy, the back end. And I think you see Georgia's defense back to where everybody's talked about it is all year, what we've seen all year.
Yeah.
And I'm very excited about that. I really think that's going to be something that's going to be the story in Miami and in South Beach at Hard Rock Stadium. It's going to be Georgia's defense getting back to the standard of play, baby, and shutting down that Michigan offense.
Right.
Shut them down, Clark.
Yeah, we need Nakobe Dean. We need Jordan Davis. All these big dudes in the middle to have a big, big game. I expect all those guys to, and we'll get into that.
It's time to make a national statement.
You're
My
right,
guys, it's time to make a national statement. Yep. Let them know this team's still for real, that it was a fluke in Atlanta, the way they played. That's not the real Georgia. Just go out there and just step on their throat, Clark. And I think it's going to happen, man. I'm excited. This is a golden opportunity. It couldn't line up any better. The opponent couldn't be better.
Yeah.
Name brand, Michigan. Let's go beat their tail.
I agree. Let's do it. How do we beat them? Let's start with the offense. Okay, let's start with our offense. Some keys to the game, players to look out for. Adam, what you got?
All right, Clark. Well, this is releasing Monday, December 27th is when this podcast is released. So we're recording a little bit earlier. So there could be some news in between time from when we are recording this till now of what's going on. I mean, we've all heard about the COVID protocols with the playoffs and everything going on. We're a podcast that you got your opinion on all of it. I got my opinion on all of it. But we're a podcast that we're going to get away from real world stuff. We're going to talk dogs. We're going to talk football.
Yeah.
But we do have to address that there is some COVID stuff that's coming around where the committee had to, make some changes on if teams couldn't go about forfeits and whatnot. And we've heard some rumors of some guys testing positive. JT Daniels tested positive for COVID, Clark. George Pickens is back. I think he had a false negative, so he's going to be good to go.
Yeah.
But, yes, I think JT Daniels is a guy who's been away from team activity right now for a little bit. So who do you think is going to start at quarterback? I did hear he was taking some first-team reps before all this started.
Adam, I still think Stetson's our guy. I really do. And there's going to be a lot of people that disagree with me on that. And I said this maybe earlier on this season, but, I don't think either one is just elite, okay? I don't think one is head and shoulders better than the other. And to be honest with you, Adam, I don't think it really matters who is out there, and I'll tell you why. We should be such a run-dominant team. We should be able to control the line of scrimmage so dominantly that it doesn't matter what our or who's in there at quarterback. We just need, to run the ball. And I tell you, one of the reasons we lost to Bama is because we had to throw the ball 49 times. Yeah. That doesn't happen at Georgia very often. You don't do that much. Now, are we transitioning to that one day? Maybe down the road. Yeah, we'll see a LSU type offense, 2019. Maybe. But right now, we don't have that personnel. We can't set unrealistic expectations with who we have right now. So we got to run the football, Adam. And I don't care if it's JT. I don't care if it's Stetson. I don't care if it's Brock Vandegrift, you or me. We just need somebody out there who can deliver the ball and not get us into too bad of positions. Yeah. And when you throw the ball 49 times against Alabama, a heck of a good defense, you may get a pick six and an interception. So everybody just chill out on Stetson. We need to just support whoever's out there. I don't care. Like I said, I don't care who it is. We just need to support them and get behind them and rally behind them. So.
Well, that's right, Clark. And I've made it known earlier in the year that I'm a JT Daniels fan, but I love Stetson Bennett to death. I love them both to death, but if I had my pick, it would be JT Daniels solely off of what the offense did the last 4 games last year with George Pickens back. You get a lot of them pieces back. But anyway, that's a different conversation. It's a dead horse that's been beaten several times, and it's not worth going over it because I do think Stetson Bennett will be the starting quarterback, and I hope the boys are ready to go. They've had 3.5 weeks to, like you said, Clark, they had to throw the football a lot to kind of get some improvements, watch some game tape, prep for Michigan, and get ready to roll because I think there needs to be points on the board, and I think this offense is going to put points on the board, and I think they're going to have to be balanced, Clark. I really do. I think it's going to be I think they're going to have to go there, find Pickens, Jermaine Burton, Darnell Washington, and, of course, Big Brock Bowers. Yeah. But you got to establish a run game, Clark, because, I think it's going to be key, too. But the biggest key to me in this football game on both sides, and, I mean, yes, it's a cliche answer, but it's the dang truth, is the line of scrimmage, Clark. Absolutely. It's in the trenches. Yeah. You got Quiddy Pay and Aiden Hutchinson, the guy who was the runner-up in the Heisman Trophy, on the edges for Michigan. So, I mean, it's safe to say both of them are elite pass rushers, elite defensive ends, and a good combo to complement each other on either side. So guys like Broderick Jones, Jamari Sawyer, Warren McClendon, all these guys, Erickson, and the line and especially the tackles are going to have to play their A game, Clark. And Matt Luke is going to have a good game plan for those guys as far as rotating in and out and different looks that they're going to give and whatnot, and be able to stop that. Because if Stetson Bennett does not have time to throw the football and you have to rely on the run and they can key in on the run and stack the box, then it's going to be a long night, Clark, because you're not going to put points on the board. So I'm like you. I think you're going to have to let them know we're Georgia. The offensive line getting rolling, feeling good, establish the run game, and then, be able to get a little bit balanced with throwing the football as well. I mean, Michigan's pass defense isn't great. And really, their rush defense is not elite. Their defense is 12th total in defense. I mean, respectable,
it's good,
but not, I wouldn't call it elite. And their rush defense is 21st. Their pass defense is 22nd in the nation. So it's not like, I mean, this is probably the third. We've talked about this. The third probably best defense Georgia's played this
which
year.
is still good.
And you know, Clark, though, when you're talking about the top one or two, you really can't say there was offensive success against Clemson. And I know that was a long time ago. This is a different football team. And then against Alabama, you didn't see what you wanted to see, and especially in key moments in the red zone situations. But my thing is, Clark, balance, establish the run game. And by gosh, when you get inside the 20, Clark,
you
punch it in, baby.
7.
Get 7. Get 7. Don't turn over the ball. Get 7. Get a lead. Step on their throat and break their will.
Yeah.
Break their will. I want to see Aiden Hutchinson huffing and puffing in the second half, Clark, while you're just rotating James Cook, Zeus, Kendall Milton, Kenny McIntosh. Let everybody eat. Everybody's going to eat.
Yes.
Everybody's going to eat on New Year's Eve, Clark. That's what it's going to be about. And Aiden Hutchinson and that Heisman finalist, he's going to be just sucking wind, Clark. That's what I want to see. A will imposed, baby.
Oh,
Let's
man,
go.
that would be great. Our offensive line has one heck of a challenge in front of them, but I like them in this matchup. I
love them.
And, you know, we saw some glimmers of hope with them in the SEC championship game. They were moving a lot of bodies there that first quarter, and we had a great run game established there. So if we can replicate that for 4 quarters, I like our chances.
Just do it. But that's going to be it, Clark. I still think you got to be balanced. You got to be able to throw the football too, hit on some big plays through the air, get old Brock Bowers. Look, they've never seen anything like Brock Bowers. I can tell you that right now, that Michigan defense has not seen anything like Brock Bowers.
No. I don't know of many teams that have.
and you know, I mean, the thing is, Ohio State, we talked about all year on this podcast how elite of offense they had. They played them in the snow. And I know Michigan wore them out physically, but I think it was different there in a sense of, I mean, you got to credit Michigan for the win, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you can't take that away, but it's not like they played in good conditions against that Ohio State offense that was just humming, flying down the field. So we will see how Michigan is against the speed of this, on both sides of the ball for Georgia.
Right. I think one thing, too, keep in mind about the offense, we really do need to be we need to take advantage of their aggressiveness on defense. Yeah. You know, I'm sure they'll bring some heat. I'm sure they'll stack the box and dare Stetson Bennett to throw it, you know.
Yeah, that's exactly. I mean, I would. That's what my game plan would be as Michigan's defense coordinator.
And if, you know, stop the run first, dare Stetson to throw it, and if Stetson beats you through the air, you know, you got to tip your hat to him.
I hope he does, baby.
I hope so too. I mean, well, I guess we'll see. But anything else you guys say about the offense?
Man, I don't know. I just hope everybody's just dialed in. I think I hope you know, there's been rumors of disgruntlement out there for especially skill guys at the wide receiver position, maybe a tight end or so. But I just hope everybody's really focused. I know Todd Monken will draw up a good game plan, and just hope it's executed right, and everybody's behind whoever the starting quarterback is, whoever's going to get the majority of the reps, and let's just do it, man. Let's do it. It's a must win now. Yeah, got to do it. No more mulligans left.
That's it.
And to win football games, obviously you got to score points, Clark.
That's right.
So, but as far as that goes, I'm excited to get George Pickens. I'm excited to see how he's utilized more in the game plan because it's obviously close to a month, 36 days since the Alabama game to the Michigan game. So that's 36 days.
A lot of time
for Pickens to get back in his swing of things. So it's going to be interesting to see what Monken does, if he utilizes him more in the game plan, if Bennett targets him more or not. So a lot of interesting things, and I trust him. I trust Kirby. I trust Monken. I trust everybody, the players, coaches alike. Yeah. When you have a long period of time to prep, they will be dialed in, ready to go with a good plan. And
just, and to piggyback off what you just said, you know, Kirby has been here. Kirby's been here a lot, and a lot of his staff has been here a lot. This is new territory for Michigan, and not saying that they can't do it, and they're right, but they are, I would say, at a disadvantage because, once again, Kirby knows how to win a championship, not necessarily at Georgia yet, but he has seen that at Alabama. He's seen that process. They prepped every year when he was there, which was only 2 years. But so, you know, I like that advantage that we have, that prep, that we know what we're doing.
Yeah, I'm excited about that, Clark, too. And I hope I mentioned it, too, that And I think it could be that Michigan might be too big of a moment for Michigan. Honestly, gosh, like when you get so hyped, like I'm playing, you know, almost so fired up and excited that you get tunnel vision and you lose focus of your game plan. Your adrenaline level just kicks in. And emotions just overtake you. Now, Harbaugh will be fine. He's coached in a Super Bowl before. I understand that. But the players, the fan base, what they're all hearing, you know, they're the queen of the ball right now. Yeah. So everybody's just loving on them. And they're going to be jacked. Their fan base is, you can't reiterate that enough. And I think they're going to try to come out with their heads on fire, aggressive on both sides of the football, try to make the big stuff happen. If Georgia can just hold off those initial counter blows, or those blows that Michigan's going to deliver on both sides of the football early on, jacked up, let the game settle in, and that's when I feel good about it. Because once that emotion wears off at the beginning, and it might be that I think that that Georgia's the deeper team, obviously. If you look at the recruiting class, the talent's not even in the same stratosphere, Clark.
It's not.
It's not in the same stratosphere. So, I mean, it's just start off good, you know, and start off good and wear them out the second half, man. I think this is the perfect game for that game plan of Kirby. You know, and that's the thing on offense. This Michigan defense, you can move the ball. With the way it was Stetson, whoever is at quarterback, there will be opportunities to move the football down the field and score points, but you got to capitalize. You got to execute, man.
That's right.
You can't turn over the football, make smart decisions, and when you get in the red zone, get 7, and Georgia will be fine, Clark.
I agree.
How many points do you think it's going to take to win this football game for Georgia to score? Do we got to get above 30 on offense?
I think 24 is the magic number.
Really?
I really do.
Yeah. I think it's going to be low scoring. I mean, I'm not going to give away a prediction or anything, but I'm like you, Clark. I think it will be a low scoring affair.
Yeah. All right, let's go to defense right quick. And really, Adam, this is the matchup I think everybody's looking at is Michigan's offense versus Georgia's defense. That seems to be par for the course. You know, everybody wants to look at Georgia's defense first. That's why I like to kind of save it towards the end.
That's right.
But this is the matchup, Adam. Michigan does have a very solid offense. I think they're 4th in the nation for offensive efficiency, which is good. That's very good. And actually, I believe we're 2nd in the nation in that category. So, but
nice.
Don't talk about
stats.
offense.
Good stats.
They've given up 7 sacks on the season, Adam. 7. So a pretty stout offensive line. And
that is stout.
You know, it kind of concerns me because you look at an Alabama team and they gave up like 26, something like that going into the game, the SEC championship game. And boy, we're going into this one with only 7 sacks for Michigan. So, Adam, do you like? Let me ask you this: you think we're going to see more or less than 3? Give me an over/under.
I think we're going to see more, Clark.
Really?
I know that's crazy, and I know that's you people say, "Oh, you got red and black glasses on." Throw what happened in Atlanta out the window.
Let's do it. Yeah, let's get rid of it.
Michigan 7 sacks in the regular season or whatever against the Big Ten defensive fronts. Out the window, Clark. This defensive front has had a chip on their shoulder. The whole defense, the whole team, but especially the defense. Yeah. And the leaders, I truly think, have really got this team dialed in.
Good.
Ever since the Sunday after that, December 5th, after the SEC championship. I think they're ready. They're hungry. They're ready to go. They hear the talk about the Michigan offensive line. Yeah. So now, you know, it's an easy coaching job now for Kirby, where before, you know, there was a lot of the so-called rat poison of, you know, you're great. But now it's, hey, look, they don't believe in you anymore. Look what they're saying about you right now. Look what they're talking about with this Michigan offensive line. Yeah. What are you going to go out there and do about it, Clark? Well, what are they going to do? Are they going to man up and go answer it and let them know that they're Georgia and that they are the real deal of what they've been talked about the first 12 weeks of the season? Or are they going to go out there and the narrative is going to be remembered from this 2021 Georgia unit? It's going to be, pretty good numbers against high pedestrian teams, but when it got to championship football, what did Georgia's defense do? Yeah. You know, what did they want their story to be in the history books?
They get to write it.
What they get to write it. They get a mulligan from last go round. You get a prime opportunity in the national prime time against a historic team, a darling right now in the college football world, against a skilled group, a unit that's just very, very hyped
Yeah.
Like the Georgia defense has been all year. What are you going to do about it? What's Jordan Davis going to go do about it, Clark? What's Trayvon Walker going to go do about it? What's the Kobe Dean going to do about it, Clark? What's Nolan Smith going to do? What's Robert Beal? Or what if old Dumas Johnson gets in there and gets a chance? What are these guys going to do about it? I hope they're hungry. I'm hoping they're hungry because I want to eat. You want to eat. We know Kirby wants to eat. These boys got to be ready to go, Clark.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, it is prime. This is the playoffs, man. And this team has worked too hard to let this opportunity slip away, Clark.
Yeah.
This defensive front is too bonded. Too many guys came back. Too many guys love putting the G on their helmet to let this opportunity slip away. They're going to go out there and they're going to impose their will. Cade McNamara is going to be on his back all night, Clark.
I hope you're
against
right.
this all-American whatever offense. For everybody get rowdy or get fired up about it. Because that's the belief we have to go going into this game. It's not that, hey, Cade McNamara is not a scrambling quarterback, to the best of my knowledge. No, he's a game manager, Clark. He's going to fold like a cheap tent.
Oh, all right.
Mark my words right here. They will not get over 100 rushing yards, Clark.
I'm with you on that. I am with you on that.
Cade McNamara is not going. He's not going to have time to throw the football. I know their defense. I know, and I could get some crow. I could get some crow.
Eat more crow.
But hey, I truly think this, Clark. I think this team I think they're more focused now against Michigan than they would have been if they would have won the SEC championship. That loss did this team good, I think.
Yeah.
And there's a half of me that thinks the best football Georgia's played this whole year is going to be on December 31st in Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Miami Gardens, is that right?
Yeah.
Somewhere down there in Miami, it's going to be played that night.
I would venture to say, too, Adam, this is going to be the most focused will be for a football game this entire season. More so than Clemson, more so than Kentucky, Arkansas, Florida, the SEC championship. This game will truly be the one where we are most focused, most prepared, and most energetic to play in.
I'm going to be focused. I will be focused. Everybody's going to be focused. Georgia, we're going to be focused. Everybody has to look. Christmas is over now, folks. Hope everybody had a great Christmas.
Merry
God
Christmas.
bless.
Feliz Navidad.
Merry Christmas. Hope everybody remembers what the real reason of this season is. And we've celebrated.
Yeah.
And we celebrate. And we celebrate it every day. But, folks, it's time now, baby. I'm sorry. I can't. It's just, man.
Yeah.
We're in the playoffs.
I know.
And you're around people, I'm around people, and it just don't seem like it.
I know.
But we got to get the energy level up, folks. These boys need us to rally behind them because if you beat Michigan, you're going to the national championship.
Yeah. And you get a rematch. But we got to beat Michigan.
Let's go.
Yeah. All right, let's go back.
It's time, Clark, to let them know. I hate Michigan. I've always hated Michigan. I've hated Notre Dame. I've hated Ohio State. I do not like Northern football. I don't like West football. I don't like Alabama. But I really don't like Michigan. And I don't like the Michigan fan base.
Really?
I don't.
Have you had an encounter with somebody, or you just
Nope. I just don't like them. Just don't like them. Just don't like them. I think that they think that they're better than what they really are.
Yeah. They make fun of us when it snows down here.
Yeah.
You know, but they have a heat stroke in 80-degree heat. So.
Yeah. So people are going to see what I'm talking about. I've never been to a Michigan football game, but just wait till you get down there and you see these Michigan folk rolling in.
Interesting. Oh, boy.
I think there's going to be, they're going to think a little bit. I think, Clark, going into it, they're going to be thinking they're a little bit up here and we're down here.
Yeah, well.
I don't know. That might be unfair of me to say, but that's what I'm rolling with right here on this I'm just derailing it because we're talking about the Michigan fan base. But when the fan bases are arrogant to me, it gets me even more motivated. For the dogs to
I guess you could say the flip side. You know, that's probably what Alabama was saying against when we were about to face them in Atlanta. You know, Georgia's very arrogant.
This is a cultural clash, Clark. This is a cultural clash. We live, eat, and breathe Georgia football. Some of them might eat, live, and breathe, but they don't. The college football. I mean, they might be historic and whatnot. Yeah, but it's not the same up there.
They would rather go to a hockey game.
Exactly. We cannot get beat by these guys.
No,
you can't lose to Michigan. I was thinking about that the other day. You cannot lose to Michigan.
Yeah.
Oklahoma, that's respectable, whatever, back in that game, whatnot, the Rose Bowl, But Michigan, you can't go lose to Jim Harbaugh's Michigan, man.
No.
Golly, people, it's huge. It's huge, Clark. I need Tylenol.
Oh, Hallelujah. Holy crap. Where's the Tylenol? Oh, boy. All right.
Sorry, I don't even know where we're at. I just went out on a tangent. Because this is the biggest podcast of the year, Clark.
Yeah. We keep saying
wrap
that.
it on
I
up.
feel like we said that.
It keeps getting bigger because we get closer and closer to the natty.
Oh, man.
The next biggest one will be if we make it to the natty.
Yeah. Well, let's talk a couple more things about our defense.
Yeah.
Michigan is a run-heavy offense that plays very good.
You dang right. You dang right. Let them run it between the tackles and see what happens.
Yeah. Hassan Haskins, Blake Corum, two names to look out for. They're two very solid backs. Kind of remind me of Nick Chubb, Sonny Michel. Definitely not the same caliber, but they have that 1-2 punch. So
I'm going to tell you right now, Clark.
I'm going to
stand up for this. This is what they're going to try to do.
All right.
That first play of the game, that big Cade McNamara, he's going to give an old pitch, a little quick pitch out the outside. Yeah. And the Kobe Dean is going to come flying.
I'm going to say Channing Tindall.
All right, either one of them. I don't care. Yeah. Whichever one of them. Okay. It's going to come flying, hit them at the line of scrimmage and pop them. They're going to be like, oh, my God, at the speed. Yeah. We've never seen this speed before. That's what they're going to be saying.
All right. Now you're calling
it. That's going to set the tone right there, baby. It might be a quick pitch. I think they're going to try to go to the outside. They're not going to try to run it up the middle to the A-gap. Jordan Davis. It's going to be a draw or anything. It's going to be a counter or a sweep, little quick pitch to the outside, and we're going to be right there. And that's going to set the tone of the football game, folks. It's going to set the tone of the football game.
That would be awesome to do what we did, what Clowney did to them in the Outback Bowl. Yeah. Do something like that. Just pop them. First play of the game.
Pop them, baby.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome.
Well, let me ask you this question. So who's going to be a secondary? Who would you say you're going to trot out there at secondary, Clark?
I would put Latavius Brini out there, but that's just me. And look, I mean, Kirby knows these guys better than I do. You got Christopher Smith, you got Lewis Seen. I don't know. I really don't know.
You know, Chris Smith, he's going to be healthier this go-around.
That's true.
Going to be healthier. You know, he was a little bit limped up in Atlanta a little bit. God bless him for his efforts going out there, but he's a little bit hobbly.
Yeah.
He's going to be better. Latavius Brini, he's going to be in there. Great run defender, Clark. That's what you're going to love Brini up there. He's going to be a guy, kind of a hybrid guy, playing that star position that could come in there and really be good in run support. And I don't know, in Kendrick and Ringo, I'm confident.
Yeah,
I'm confident, Clark. I'm confident about it.
I will say this. I feel way better about this game with our secondary than last game, obviously. I mean, for obvious reasons. You know, I look at Michigan, and I've seen they've got some athletes. Don't get me wrong, on the perimeter. They've got some guys that can fly downfield, make catches, make plays. But I definitely don't think it's the same caliber of talent as Alabama had not last week, but in early December. So that, once again, plays well into our hands. Yeah. Another thing, last thing I'll say about our defense, we've got to watch out for some trickery, Adam. They love a good flea flicker. I think they've done it maybe 2 or 3 times a season. They've done some double passes. So got to stay on our toes, head on a swivel. Jonathan DeLay, I don't even know if he listens to this, but he was my secondary coach way back when in high school, but he always said to keep your head on a swivel, and he would do this with his floppy hat.
That's right.
And that floppy hat would just be swiveling. So
I love it.
That's what Lewis Seen and all those boys back
head on a swivel, discipline.
Yes.
Discipline.
Yes.
Discipline on both sides of the football. Discipline, Clark. Play your game, trust your plan, and stay at home, stay disciplined. Because like you said, Clark, that's a good point. They're going to try to beat you on some misdirection stuff, some gimmicky Gus Malzahn stuff, as I like to call it, some trickery.
Right.
And I can see them open up the game with it, trying to getting hype, getting juiced, trying to get out and just deliver a blow and keep that momentum going. But I'm telling you, Clark, that's going to be the key on both sides of the football is they're stopping their initial punch from the emotions ramping up and then, being in it after you've countered that and then get into the game. And then you got them right where you want them and you wear them out on both sides of the football.
Yeah.
Physically impose your will.
And you got to do that on first, second, and third down, Adam. And that's
get off the field on third down.
Get
off the freaking field on third down.
Yep. And that's where Georgia is such a dangerous team. You trot your offense out there. You think you got some momentum, and then boom. I mean, you look back at the Arkansas, Kentucky games, especially 3 and outs. I mean, we were sweltering, and that buys your offense some time. And when you can and that's kind of our bread and butter. Our defense. We get out there 3 and out, send our offense back out there. If our offense can maintain some some first downs, get a good drive gosh, I'm butchering this. Drive established.
No, you're right.
Then, that's how we win a lot of football games. It's not the most attractive way of doing it, but that's how we do it at Georgia. That's how we've always done it. And it's a very effective method, especially with a team like Michigan. So,
yeah.
Oh, boy.
I love it, man. I'm excited. I feel really good about the defense, Clark. I think it's going to be, I'll just go ahead and say it. I think it's going to be the most impressive defensive performance of the season against an opponent like Michigan.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I think these guys are going to go ready to play. I think it's a group that's getting healthy, has had many weeks to rest, chip on their shoulder, angry, talent, bonded, good chemistry, leads to a very stellar performance.
Yeah.
Give them to me, baby. I believe in this team. I believe in this defense, and they're going to get back their old ways in Hard Rock Stadium on December 31st, baby.
I think you're right. All right. Boom. Special teams, last but not least. Can't not overlook them. Hey, just do your thing. Just do your thing, Jake Camarda. Be special. Hey, let's down a couple within the 5-yard line. And we're going to get rowdy for y'all defense.
I'm telling you, Clark, that's right. If you get Kamar to just keep the field position, flip, win the battle on field position, keep them pinned back, and some special things are going to happen when Michigan gets the ball inside their own 10. I feel like with this defense.
That's true.
And so we do that. Man, we'll be good to go. We'll be good to go. Just nothing stupid on special teams.
Yeah.
Don't allow them to catch any momentum. That's going to be the name of the game, being disciplined. Not turning over the football and then not giving up any cheap stuff on trickeration on defense when they're on offense, and then not giving up any big plays in special teams.
Yeah. Adam, I'll say this too. I truly believe we have a trick up our sleeves for special teams. Now, I don't know if it'll be used this game or the national championship. It may not be used at all. But Kirby does like to have one trick up his sleeve, and I've yet to see it this season. We haven't really had to use it. So watch out, because it very well could happen in this Orange Bowl. I don't know what it'd be. I don't know if it'd be a fake punt or well, we may not want to do.
Well, as long as JT Daniels isn't on the punt team, I'm all right.
Oh, man. Oh, gosh. But there's always something. I can promise you they're practicing something. So just wait for it. Be patient with that.
I'm ready.
All right, let's go.
Kearis Jackson gets it this game, Clark.
He's going to get it. He's going to get it.
He's going to get it this game.
Oh, that would be
I don't know where you're at, the stadium where I'm going to be, but if he does get it, I'm going to sprint. I'm going to sprint wherever I got to go. I'm going to get in the aisle, run down the steps, get in the hallway, the old foyer, whatever it's called there, and sprint concourse, high knees, ear to pocket, coming flying, and I'm going to come see you. We're going to give you one of these numbers right here, get fired up, and then back to my seat.
Okay, we're going to do that all within like 30 seconds, right?
It's going to be good. Okay. It's going to be good.
I like it.
Motion's going to be rampant down here.
Adam, are you getting a hot dog down in
Dang right, I'm getting a hot dog.
What if they don't have, I feel like that would be the kind of stadium to not have hot dogs.
They got to have a hot dog.
Surely.
It's still in the US of A. There's got to be a hot dog at a sporting venue.
Well, Miami is a little different, Adam.
If not, I'll get some nachos and cheese. And so we're gonna be good to go.
Okay.
We're gonna be good to go.
All right.
So I'll have a food review.
We'll have a concession stand.
No, there will be. Yeah, there will be a concession stand report. There's gonna be a hot dog. I feel good about it.
All right, Adam. Let's move on to our pick'em. Last but not least, let's talk about the Cotton Bowl right quick. Alabama versus Cincinnati, 3:30 ESPN. That game being played in Jerry World. Adam, I feel like we both have the same winner in mind for this game, but who are you taking?
I'm taking the Alabama Crimson Tide. I think Cincinnati plays with them for a half.
Really?
With 2.5 quarters or so. Maybe, and I think Alabama pulls away in the middle of the third.
Yeah.
But I'm going with Alabama.
Part of me, I will say this, Cincinnati does match up a lot better with Alabama than I think we do, offensively speaking. I want to say they're going to keep up with them, but at the same time, I'm pretty sure Alabama is just going to blow them off the face of the earth, because you don't give Nick Saban 3-4 weeks to prepare for you. That's deadly.
Yeah, I agree with that, Clark. And I think the moment's just going to be a little bit too big for Cincinnati.
We'll see. Maybe.
I think it's going to be a little bit too big, Clark. just a little bit. They're good. They are a good football team. No matter what you say, they are a good football team. They have a talented quarterback. I think they got some very talented guys in the defensive backfield at the cornerback positions. And I honestly do think that they're going to keep it closer than people think for a while.
Yeah.
And then I think just depth and talent kicks in. and Alabama wins it, but Cincinnati will have nothing to hang their head about.
It could be. It really could
That's
be
what I think.
a shootout.
Yep.
For sure. I mean, the Cincinnati has, like you said, a pretty solid offense. So we'll see. All right, and last but not least, the Orange Bowl.
I just wanted to do it. I know that it just needed to be done.
Yeah.
I know it's not a CBS game. It should
ESPN does not have any sort of a good jingle.
So we did the CBS jingle because I wanted to do it one more time, Clark. I didn't have the opportunity to do it. It just felt right, so I threw it in there.
Okay. I like it, Adam.
Yeah.
But now the last time you did that, we lost. So.
Well, we won. How many I did do it? So I'm done with that game. I'm done with that game. On to better things, man. That is erased out of my memory.
I'm still in the process.
And then if we beat Michigan and we play Alabama, we're gonna get back fired up about beating Alabama and slaying the king, slaying Nick Saban.
Adam, let me ask you this. We still have this Coke bottle here. 40.
Or popping the top, baby. We talked about it in the preview episode, did we not?
Yeah, we did.
Then we are popping that top. It's going to Indianapolis with us. We'll get jacked up about this on the next episode. We're doing this. There's something else that's historic that needs to be done.
I think we need to just drink it. I mean, Coke's already bad for you. What's it
going to do?
What's 42-year-old Coke going to do? So.
It's worth it for a natty.
It would be for sure. Oh boy!
We need to get there. Yeah,
it's either that or we're gonna go kiss the bricks at the.
We're gonna talk. Yeah, we're gonna talk about all this when we get there.
Yeah. We gotta get there.
We're gonna
first.
talk that. But hey, this is a business trip to Miami.
Adam,
all right.
Let me give you my score prediction real quick because I want to let you have your time. Okay. Adam, we're still favored to win this thing, but it is a different attitude walking into this game. I think we're an 8-point favorite.
Yeah.
But it almost feels like, for whatever reason, it still feels like we're an underdog.
I think I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
No. I'm sorry. I interrupted you again. I interrupt you so much.
No, it's good.
But when a thought comes in, I just, boom, I want to spit it out. I think we're a 7.5 point now. I think the line drops. Okay. But anyway, continue.
I like it. Well,
continue. I want to hear you.
I'm pretty sure Michigan, I believe, is 11-2 against the spread this year. The Dogs are 8-5. So I don't think we're going to beat them by 8. But I do think we'll beat them by 7. Give me the Dogs 24-17, kicking a field goal at the end, kind of pull away, and that's what we're going to do. 24-17. It's going to be a hard fought battle, a little bit lower of a score than most people would probably expect this game to be.
Just win.
24-17, win. I don't care if it's 2-0.
Love it.
Yeah,
love it, brother. All right, Clark. Let me ask you a question.
Let's move this.
Let's move that.
I don't want to break the Coke bottle.
Had curses. Let me ask you a question. What's this game mean? What's this game mean to you, Clark?
A lot.
What's this game mean to you? Why do you watch Georgia football? Why do you get excited about it? Think back, Clark. Think back when we started this podcast in August in your kitchen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was.
Think back, listener, when you were on the lake, at the beach, in the grocery store, at the school where the kids play, talking to a parent at the PTA meeting.
What? What's a PTA meeting? Parent Teacher Association.
No. I don't know. The PTA is a thing. Okay. Is it still a thing?
I don't know.
All right. Anyway, think about at the gym. All I'm saying is think about the interactions you've had this whole calendar year about this Georgia football team. Think about the talk you had on the golf course, the talks you've had anywhere about the hype of this Georgia football team and the potential. What we said that this team, you said in the preview, I said in the preview, this is a playoff football team. Where are we at, Clark?
We're in the
playoffs, Clark. We're in the playoffs. You know what? The playoffs only come around once a year. Georgia hadn't been in it in 4 years. So this is special. So what I'm challenging everybody to do right now, Clark, is to sit back and think. Sit back and think about what your expectations for this football team have been, what your dreams of watching this Georgia football program do for many years have been, and then know that you have 2 more games for Georgia to win, and they're national champions. There's 126 teams out there that will want to be in Georgia's shoes. But you know what? They can't. Clemson hitting, Auburn hitting, Tech hitting, Tennessee hitting, Florida hitting. So, people, this episode, it's a Monday when you're listening to this, probably, or a Tuesday. Georgia plays New Year's Eve. Get your mind right, folks, because this game's huge, Clark. Michigan's coming down. Michigan's fired up. Michigan doesn't respect the University of Georgia. They think just because they're Michigan, because they're blue blood, they're a top 5 historic program, and that they're back, that they're just going to walk all over Georgia. They think Georgia's overrated. They think the defense has been overrated all year. They think that those boys up in the Midwest or the North, up in Michigan, wherever you want to classify the state of Michigan is going to dominate Georgia's defensive front. Well, I tell you what, Clark, it's not going to happen. 5 sacks from that Georgia Bulldog junkyard defense all night against that everything Clemson or Michigan offensive line.
Yeah.
Georgia's going to be in the backfield. Nakobe Dean, Shannon Tindall, Quay Walker, everybody. Georgia's going to eat. Georgia's going to win this football game 28-13. Book it, baby. Get your rooms ready in Indianapolis for the Natty. Love y'all. Go Dogs,
Go
baby.
Dogs.